start. He didn't have to
I agree.
press.
Reggie got off to a hot start, okay?
Boogie come in.
Boogie came in, and all of a sudden, I'm looking up, and Boogie winds up with 15 points in this game?
Yes.
What the revelation that was. Okay, so now let's fast forward to the third quarter. Here came Phoenix, and I know what Shannon Sharp was doing up in his palatial estate. He was up, and he's had his pom-poms going,
once we got the lead, I said, yeah, we got him now.
Chris Paul hit a jumper with 8:27 left in the third quarter, and that made them 62-61 up, and that was their first lead, and it was their last lead.
Only lead.
That's incredible. They got up by one, and I thought, the dam has broken. This will be the end of these guys. I thought the Clippers had one last good half in them, and they finally said, we don't have Kawhi, we don't have Big Zoo, we don't even have Ibaka. We did the best we could do. Here, Phoenix, enjoy the finals.
Right.
And guess who showed up? Pandemic P suddenly turned back into playoff P because he makes an and-one play that was kind of weird if we could see what happened at this moment in the game. He goes up and under and sort of loses his balance and has an awkward stop-start. And here he goes again, and now he's off to the races. And here he goes with another shot. Now he's on fire, P. He's got 2 free throws. By the way, he went 8 of 8 from the free throw line. You believe in that after all those free throws he missed, especially at Phoenix? So he gets those. And here he goes again. Now we're about to go to Threeville. He shoves Chris Paul down. He probably got away with a little Jordan-esque push-off, but he nails that 3, and then he comes down, and now he is feeling it. And bang! And here we go, and we're going to cap off this salvo pretty quickly here with another jumper. And would you believe, last shot, here we go. Oh, yeah, this is from the top. One last 3 just for good measure. That's unbelievable. He scored 18 points in a row. Just incredible. And they go to the fourth quarter up 91-78. And we'll get more heavily into this a little later, but there was the little altercation between CP3 and Pat Bev.
Right.
Where they just ran into each other basically off a pick.
Right.
And we'll get into the details of that play in just a couple of minutes. But to me, Pat Bev was trying to clown him. He dared to mock him for flopping in Pat Bev's view.
But it wasn't a flop.
Okay, we can get into that. But the point was, I thought Patrick Beverley sent a message to both teams. We're not afraid of you guys. In your house or anybody else's house, we're not afraid of Chris Paul. We got this. And here they came. Or so I thought. Because Paul George took his little rest at the start of the fourth quarter, and with 9:18, he comes back in the game. And I'm thinking, okay, Paul, you're on fire. Take us home. Could we see what started to happen at this point? Here we went again with Pandemic P. He reared his ugly head. Paul, don't do that. That's just careless. You can't. You're hanging on to a lead here. No, Paul. No, don't do that. That's just horrendous. I'm out of my mind. I'm rolling on my floor because there's an and-one at the other end, and Cam Johnson makes the and-one, and look what Paul George does. He just shoves down Torrey Craig for no apparent reason, just out of frustration. It was just pure frustration. And at that point, they have cut it to 4, and they get the ball back. And I'm thinking, I know what you were thinking. It's over, right? Here we go again.
We're going to make another push and get them this time.
And guess who? Mr. June. Here he came again. Reggie Jackson. He's unbelievably gifted as a clutch scorer. And I don't know how these are guarded shots. These are contested shots.
Well, we hit that one, the first one I think that you're going to show where it bounced and like it was going to go out and goes in. I said, we done.
Okay. Did you?
I said, we done. Skip, Skip, when something like this happens, you done. Skip that.
Reggie.
Come on.
Thank you. Thank you. We deserve one break, one favorable roll. And Reggie says, I got this, and that is really contested and really deep, and it is pure. And then he says, watch this, Chris Paul, and he flushed. Guess what? Here they go, and they finish a 14-2 run, so it was cut to 4, and all of a sudden, by the 4:47 mark, it's pretty much done.
Well, Skip, I was feeling really good, because you remember right before the half, 3 seconds on the clock, they passed the ball to Aiden, he hands it off the book.
That was some play.
Nails the 3, so we're down 7. I was like, okay, baby, yeah.
I agree.
Paul George said, no. Skip, out of the Suns, that defense, what they were playing, Skip, you can't. Skip, they shot 55% from the floor. They got whatever they want, whenever they want it, however they want. You want a shot at the basket, at the rim, get it. Come on, man. Come to the double. I don't know why they didn't bring the double quicker for Marcus Morris. Okay, you see him getting it going. Now, they're 8-0 when he shoots at least 50% from the floor. Guess what he shot last night? Guess what their record is? So, okay, bring the double. Skip, Marcus Morris is 6'8", 6'9". Why are you putting 6'5" Book on him? In the post?
It messed them up when Zoo didn't start because they couldn't match up. And again, they even opened in a zone. They're just playing zone because they don't have their big man.
Right.
And it seemed to disrupt and distract Phoenix.
It did, because they didn't expect that because, normally you have the big, you play big on big. And the only time they was playing the zone, Skip, if you remember, the Clippers went to the zone when Utah was shooting the lights out the place. Yep. And it confused Utah for a little while, especially. And so I'm thinking to myself, I see Big Ayton. I said, man, Ayton gonna eat tonight. I said, they got that zone. Skip, they got it. I don't know why they would not feed Ayton. Skip, he needs more than 9 shots. He's a guy that can shoot. Skip, he's not a guy that just rolls and you just throw lob. Skip, he can post. He's a legit big man that can play with his back to the basket. Skip, you see some of those jumpers he was hitting? I'm like, ooh, that's nice. Give him a chance.
DeMarcus Cousins played 11 minutes and 19 seconds, but do you realize DeAndre Ayton, budding superstar, was mostly guarded by Marcus Morris or Nicholas Batum?
Yes.
That's who's guarding, and you can't get him loose for a bunch of alley-oop dunks? Really?
Or at least post him up, Skip. But I thought the Clippers did a great job of not conceding rebounds because it looked like the Clippers, like Ayton was going to have the rebound, and Batum or Marcus Morris would knock it loose, and one of the Clippers players would get it. They conceded nothing last night. They were hustling. They were diving on the floor. This is a well-coached team, and they're not going down without a fight. You might beat them, but you're going to know you beat a very well-coached team that gave you everything they had on a given night. So give those guys credit. But the Suns, if you think you can just show up, roll the ball out, and the Clippers are just going to go away because they're playing without Kawhi, they're playing without Serge Ibaka, they're playing without Zubac, you're sadly mistaken. Now, I don't know if you know this, Skip. You best try to let this team win. In a Game 7, all bets off. All bets off in a Game 7. And you can say, home court, we got it. Because they're going to start to feel it. Now, they feel confident because they say, hold on, really, this series really should be over. We should have won this series.
That's correct.
This should be over. It should have been 4-1 us.
I agree. Yeah.
So don't think because you're up 3-2, they're less confident than if they were up 3-2 because they're not. Chris Paul, you need to get your guys right.
He needs to get himself right too. He played okay last night, but he wasn't superstar.
No.
He wasn't able to take over the fourth quarter.
He missed some threes that CP normally hits.
Well, did he make any threes?
No, he was 0 for.
He was 0 for 3, right? 0 for 6 from
Jay
3.
Crowder 0 for 4.
So, in the end, big picture, would you believe the Los Angeles Clippers have now won the most games in one playoff run when trailing in series? The most. They've won 7 times when they're trailing in series. No one's ever won 7 in a postseason run.
Right.
That's extraordinary.
Right.
That's Ty Lue. It's Paul George. It's Reggie Jackson. It's this whole mindset of defensive rebounding. Like you said, do they not scratch and claw for defensive rebounds and loose balls?
A lot of these guys, Skip, with the exception, Paul George went. He wanted it out of Indy. He wanted it out of OKC. But for the most part, Skip, all these guys are cast off. Detroit bought Reggie Jackson out. Marcus Morris, the Knicks said, Knicks said you can have him.
They did.
Luke Kennard, they say we don't care about no Luke Kennard.
We don't care.
Those guys are
DeMarcus Cousins has been all over the map.
All over. He's played just about every team in California.
Yep.
The Kings, the Lakers, now he's on the Clippers. There ain't a California team he hadn't played for.
Listen, Nicholas Batum is very valuable to his team.
Yep.
And Charlotte just
bought him out.
Nope. We're done.
So now, Skip, this is their opportunity to show all those teams, all those execs that bought us out and says we can't be a part of a championship-winning team. This is their opportunity to say, yes, we can. See what we're doing? Man, Ty Lue, Skip, I don't think Ty Lue gets enough credit because I think the thing when he was with the Cavs, you got LeBron. How much credit are you going to get if you coach LeBron? How much credit does Phil Jackson get for coaching Jordan and having Kobe? Because normally when you have great players, yeah, he's a good guy, but he did have Magic. He did have Larry. He did have... But you're seeing now he doesn't have a LeBron. And his best player, Kawhi, is out. And look what they're doing.
You sound a little nervous to me.
I'm not as confident. I'm not as confident as I woke up yesterday morning. I'm not the same guy today as I was yesterday.
Well, I'd say, because you were over.
Over. It was over. Man, Chris, they let me down. Skip, they let me down. They let me down. Now they're gonna have to do right by me.
Well, the Clippers are not going to let you up, is what the deal is. They've got you down. They're not going to let you up.